river level people or plants. The Riverwalk had only been built on the natural river, not in this canal. So sidewalks were added on our left 8 years ago, and sidewalks are added on our right just 2 years ago by the new Drury Plaza Hotel. So now pedestrians can walk around in a circle, just like the boats have been doing for decades. Really nice walk too. So if you were thinking about exploring a little bit, you might want to consider doing that 20-minute route around the circle. Really nice walk. Well, we started our tour on the circle, so you can do either direction. Inside the cafe, take a photo of the waterfall, see Merritt. We're done with that bypass channel already. It's only about 2 blocks long. It bypasses a big bend in the river. We're going to re-enter that bend here as the river's coming from the left, coming from the north. We're going to go east back to where we started. That's a bridge we're going to go under, and it's also a floodgate. For flood control reasons, the city can lower down the green rectangle ahead of us. You can even see the black chains on the side and the red motor in the middle that would lower that down, seal off the river, because it's very shallow there. It's only about 2 feet deep again. And that would seal it off completely, forcing all the water to stay out here and to take the bypass channel that we were just in. There was another floodgate. At the last intersection, there's 2 gates are necessary. Again, they built that in the 20s and no major flooding down. Something really unique. Coming up on our right, there are 2 trees growing in the wall of a building. Okay. On the right, just over the sidewalks, behind the 2 lamps, you'll see there are 2 trees in a wall. And they're our lives. They're just lots of leaves for the winter time. We're not sure how they got to be there. It's a big tree with the thin branches and a big trunk of a box elder tree. We're not sure how either one got to be there, but they are alive. That's just something you don't see every day, right? 2 trees in a wall.
This guy's faster than us.
Yeah. You've got a Hemi here on the left.
Where's that taxi guy?
Actually, I was letting him pass us because it's not a tour boat. You know, he's not giving a guided tour along the way. There's 2 services on the Riverwalk that you might be interested in. After you take our tour, let's see that yellow flag at the back, yellow checkered flag. There's also a white sign on the front. You can see the flag. It's $4 a person for a one-way ride on that service called the Rio Taxi. It's like a transportation shuttle. He asks you where you're headed, assumes you already know where you're going. $4 for a one-way ride, or $10 for unlimited taxi. You can hop on and off. And we come by every 30 minutes or less until 9 p.m. It may be convenient if you're tired, but it's also often faster to walk where you're headed. You see the red lights ahead? Red lights are only for February. The month of Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day weekend to all of you. And that's a new tradition. The city is just starting this year. They have red lights on the bridges only for February. And then in March they announced they're going to have green lights. They might add some other lights for different months in the future. But that is not very historic. A brand new tradition. It is a common tradition to hang multicolored lights from the tree. And that's only in the holiday season, so the last 5 weeks of the year. There's lights over your heads right now. These are holiday lights that they're still in the process of taking down, so they won't be coming on tonight. If you get a chance to come to visit San Antonio, the last 5 weeks of the year, you'll see those lights on every night. I like the waterfall on our left. It divides the sidewalk into small steps. And if you look high and to the left, it's a tall yellow brick hospital. High and to the left. That's a funny shape for a hospital, right? There's a sharp angle on the corner of the whole building, like it's built on the base of a triangle. So that creates an optical illusion in a few seconds. You're going to like this because when we come out from under the bridge, if you look high to the left, some people say it looks like it could fall down on the boat. Like it's just a freestanding wall, high and to the left.
Then a Hoyt.
It's a full-service hospital since 1930. The Mix Hospital and IX. Sorry?
Hello?
I don't know. I'm sure they tried. I don't know the reason why. And I know that it was originally a hospital because the Riverwalk wasn't even here when they built that in 1930. Most of the large buildings are hotels today, so that could be a trend that continues here. There's a horse up on the bridge ahead of us, a horse-drawn carriage. Kind of hard to see from the river, but they line up by the Alamo. The Alamo's only a block away on our left. So if you want to go on a ride, it's $15 per adult for a 20-minute ride around the street level. They only leave by the Alamo. They should be running until 10 or 11 o'clock. We do that every evening.
Huh? No.
Good question. This is not a typical weekend crowd for February. This is busier than average for February, for sure. Because it's a holiday weekend. Every time we have a 3-day holiday, we have a lot more people visiting. Also in town right now is the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo, brings a lot of people. And that's happening just not quite downtown, but 3 miles northeast. February is generally one of our slower months. It's summertime, it's definitely the peak season. And a little bit in December when the lights a charming area known for its food. It's called like a town square on the river. It was the first successfully developed section of the Riverwalk. In the late 60s, restaurants started appearing right next to each other so people knew where to find the food. I think the Riverwalk was always this popular. It's only taken many decades to be this developed. Remember, the sidewalks were added in 41. With few river-level businesses through the 40s or 50s. There's only one that has survived. Then in the 40s or the 50s, Casa Rio restaurant, still here, they're up ahead of us. You see all the umbrellas and the street with yellow lights. Casa Rio opened right there in 1946. The Riverwalk was only 5 years young. And 63 years ago, they're still in the same location. Mexican restaurant, Casa Rio. We started our tour just past Casa Rio. We went around, almost all the way around in a circle. Instead of just dropping you off there where we started, by the Hilton Hotel, I want to also show you where this canal leads on our left. We're leaving the natural river again. The last canal was built just for flood control in the 20s. This one was just built as an expansion of the Riverwalk in the 1960s. So we're going to turn around at a dead end and come back here.
Famous Mexican artist
Sebastian, 65 feet tall.